Konnichiwa, I'm the MangaMan, and welcome to another installment of MangaMan Mini Reviews. Today we'll be looking at an anime that I just finished watching the first season for. Why did it have to be only 13 episodes? I want season 2 now! That deals with one of my favorite genres to look at, the fantasy genre. Now, before I say the name, I must insist that this is an enjoyable anime to watch, and don't think what the title says reflects on how the anime actually pans out. It's just one of those unfortunate cases where its title is well, there's no other way to fiddle fart around with this. The title of the anime translates out to, "Is it wrong for me to pick up girls in dungeons?" Yeah, despite the eye-rolling title, this is a very enjoyable anime. In a world where the gods have descended to the earthly realm and have given up their divine powers, they instead decide to help humanity combat against the ever-increasing monster surge that comes out of this gigantic maze-like dungeon. No one knows what's at the very bottom of this gigantic hole, but that won't stop adventurers from continuing to try. Each god has created their own group or guild. I guess you could say religious group, since all of the adventurers have sworn themselves to their gods and or goddesses. And we follow the exploits of one very small guild, consisting of the goddess Hestia, who I swear to God is like the god of ecchi or something, because whoa, mama! And a young Belle Crannel. What I really enjoy about this series is that it draws heavily from the RPG and Dungeons and Dragons type of genres and board games. It really shows this in how these adventurers and guild quests work. Each adventurer has a certain amount of stats, like you would see in Dungeons and Dragons, that their god and or goddess is able to read what stats they got increased after coming back from an adventure by a special tattoo that's on their back. Which I found was a really fun and nice little touch to it, really drawing back into that whole Dungeons and Dragons. And the other thing that really draws it in is that the dungeon that they are exploring has respawnable monsters. In fact, it's a normal thing that can occur. Even if you defeat a floor boss, it will just respawn after a certain period of time. Our protagonist, Belle, is just the usual Gary Stew. The chivalrous, kind-hearted, good-willed, and justice-minded individual, a little bit childish, and can get embarrassed very easily with his goddess Hestia or any of the other multitude of different girls. But the anime, to its credit, does a good job in giving Belle some very memorable and laugh-out-loud reactions to some of the more embarrassing moments. Hestia herself is pretty much the flirt, really fawning herself over Belle, but she does really care for him, and does tease him from time to time with her little lurid lolly body. The anime does a great job with its action sequences, really making you try to plan out along with Belle, like, okay, how am I going to take down this, say, Minotaur? Like, what kind of strategies can we form? Or one of my favorites, when they are stuck in a certain dungeon and wave after wave after wave of enemies come after his group and they're just exhausted to the point of fainting. It's just nerve-wracking and really gets you on the edge of your seat. Although some of the down points of this anime, at least from my standpoint, does come with some of the more ecchi stuff. Like, a lot of it's okay. They don't focus on the ecchi like a lot of other harem animes. And yes, I did say harem. This is sort of a pseudo-harem anime, or at least has a lot of elements to that. And Belle becomes the center of attention for a lot of girls, including our antagonist, which is a goddess of lust who has become obsessed over Belle. But that's all I'll say about her. I'll let you figure it out as you watch the series. Overall, I give this anime a thumbs up and a seal of approval. Definitely worth a watch. Not the greatest anime you've ever seen in your life, but hey, it's a lot better than some of the other schlock we've gotten over the years. Until then, party peeps, this is the MangaMan saying there's an anime out there for everyone, and Is It Really Wrong for Me to Pick Up Girls in Dungeons is just the one for me. But it just has such a dumb sounding name. I mean, come on, really? We're going with that. Are you sure, John? John? Why are you looking away, John? John, come back here!